Hey YouTube, I am back with another story time, and if you do like these story times, please like, subscribe, ring that bell, and in any case, this time is the time I projectile vomited tequila. Yeah, not too many times have I projectile vomited booze. I'm usually pretty good about my booze, but when it goes bad, it goes bad. Even that time when my brother got sick, I did not projectile vomit. I mean, I threw up in the toilet, but it wasn't like it wasn't like it was just spewing a full-on stream everywhere. This was one of those times, and basically it's back in high school, back in the Counter-Strike Source days, when we just kind of hopped in a server and just chit-chatted away, talking with people, socializing. And this time, my mom was away for some sort of work thing. I forget exactly what, but she was gone for like a day or so, doing... I forget what, but basically I had the house to mostly to myself. And then I think my brother was also back from like college or whatnot for a bit. So he was there, but he wasn't at home either. He was hanging out with friends at the time. So I just took it upon myself and, did the old thing a high school kid would do and raid the liquor cabinet and just try and see about getting drunk on anything that was there. And my folks have terrible taste in booze. I mean, yeah. I mean, my brother's an alcoholic, so he has an okay taste in booze. Whatnot. I trust him more with, going and picking something out. My parents, though, they are not great. Not great at their choice. They pretty much just have bottle of Tanqueray, which I guess if you like gin, it's all right. I prefer other brands of gin, and then Jose Cuervo, just a handle of Jose Cuervo for those margs. Gotta have them margs every once in a while. I am not a Jose Cuervo fan, and I'm not much of a tequila fan as it is at this point, but Jose Cuervo did not help my taste for tequila at all. That is pretty much what has imprinted the worst flavor notes of tequila that come to mind, so that it just put a scar in my memory as far as the taste of tequila. That just kind of marred everything in the future, which I think I might have liked tequila more had I tried up something else, something a little bit nicer. But basically what I did, I had no idea, mixing drinks, drinking properly or whatnot. I was still in high school. I never had tequila either. So like, I didn't know what to mix it in. I didn't really know what it tasted like. I just knew I wanted some. For whatever stupid reason, I had this cream soda that was sitting there. It was it wasn't like Jones soda. But it was a fancy glass bottle. Maybe it was IBC, some fancy cream soda. I can't remember the exact brand, but it was a very nice cream soda that I ended up ruining. I basically ended up adding about probably 1.5, 2 shots worth into a like 12-ounce thing worth of cream soda and proceed to try to drink that. It was very gross. I do not recommend that at all. Those flavors do not blend well together at all. I basically just kind of booted up Counter-Strike and just sat at the menu and just kind of sipped on it for a bit, and then for whatever reason decided to jump into a surf map. Of all the things to like drink liquor to and then do, jumping into something where you're going to be spinning around and moving really fast, it was just probably one of the dumber things I've done when drinking. Actually, I pretty quickly downed this drink just to down it because it tasted so gnarly bad, but I still wanted the booze, so I just chugged this thing, and then I proceed to feel that nice, that drunken feeling, and maybe a little bit of the nausea, a little bit of the but it was doing okay, and I was jamming around the surf map, and then I just started in your drunken ways, it's social lubricant. So I start chit-chatting and talking about what I had just done and how drunk I was and how everything was. And then, the smart thing to do, taking random people on the internet's advice, and was basically some kid yelled out, do a spin your mouse around, a bunch, do a 900, whatnot. And I'm like, okay. And then I proceed to just shake my mouse around and spin it around and whatnot. Well, that was probably one of the worst things I could have done in the moment. It just instantly kicked those spins into high gear. I mean, 0 to 60 in half a second flat. I was just like on freaking tilt-a-whirl, just spinning like, ugh. I literally fell out of my desk chair. It was just like this just crazy spinning. So I just laid on the floor just with the spins, just like, oh my God. And I just kind of figured, like, I mean, I drank before. I didn't think like 2 shots would do this to me. Like, I didn't think it would be that bad. It was just the context of chugging it with a sugary drink and then proceeding to play something that's clearly going to give me motion sickness. And it was just like an instant regret, just laying there feeling really gross, feeling just, And so I eventually muster my way to the bathroom. Good thing it was like literally right around the corner from the little office thing where my computer was. I ended up going there, and for whatever fucking reason, in my stupid kid brain, you know, my stomach was feeling like, gross. So what do? I'm like, Pepto-Bismol will help that. For whatever reason, I just had it clicked in my head, like, oh, there's a thing of Pepto-Bismol. My stomach's hurting. I think of the jingle in my head, and I ended up just taking a dose of Pepto, thinking that's going to help quell my stomach while I'm dealing with the spins. Then, not long after, about probably 30 seconds to a minute after, it just, that Pepto and the tequila and the cream soda had some sort of chemical reaction that was so violent in my stomach. I had no chance to really react. So it just came up, and I just literally, when I mean projectile vomit, it was nothing but this pink, just straight up pink liquid was just spewing out of my mouth like I was friggin' from The Exorcist, and instead of a split pea soup throw up, it was like pink sauce throw up. It was bad. It just like, and it, because I didn't have the reaction to be able to do it, I was puking it all over the mirror, all over the sink. Some got on the doors, some like literally, I mean, I threw up whatever last bit I eventually got to the toilet and finished stuff off, but not before having coated the bulk of the bathroom. And even like as I left, I didn't like clean up properly enough, so even some of that got on like the door frame and whatnot. So it's just, the pink also made it stand out so much more. So it was just so apparent, just all this pink stuff dripping everywhere. And so I drunkenly had to like clean all this shit up and just like kind of wipe it down the best I could. And literally within like 5-10 minutes, my brother comes home with his friends and a case of beer. And basically I was still kind of drunk, but like certainly throwing up a lot helped it. But at this time I ended up having to try and play it off like, oh, I'm sick. I don't know, something I ate really, like I think I undercooked these hot wings or something. I just feel really sick. Like, because he was questioning me the whole time, like trying to figure out what I did. I think he pretty much knew I had some booze and got sick from it, but like didn't really have enough evidence to be like, aha, I know you did that. So he just kind of just played along that it was just like me being sick, only for me to later be like, can I get a beer? Can I get a beer? Oh, but you were sick. You can't have a beer. You're sick. So like it kind of did not bode well for the rest of the evening, because I was pining for that beer that my brother had. But I couldn't have any because purportedly I was sick. It's like I could have gotten properly drunk later that evening had I just had the patience for it. But no, I had to quickly down some nasty tequila mix and then puke all over the bathroom, just everywhere, just gnarly pink everywhere. And yeah, I proceeded to regret my choices for years to come as far as that, because it just scarred my tequila drinking for a long time before I most part got over it. But yeah, that is the time I projectile vomited tequila. In any case, if you do enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. You have a great rest of your day.